How do you get the non-Filipinos to respond to the classes? Do they enjoy it after the experience, or do you feel like their eyes are open to a different culture? What is your experience with them?
Definitely, we always have feedback sheets, and the feedback we've got from Filipinos, non-Filipinos especially, is that they really enjoyed it. They want to learn the language purely because they want to engage with their partner, be it their husband or their wife, and also to try and teach their children too. I mean, the classes that we ran were for adults, so especially the British people who were learning really wanted to learn the language in the experience of teaching their children a language as well.
Now you say your classes are oversubscribed since you ran the pilot program. How many teachers do you have, and do you see a need for more teachers?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, the teachers we have are just members and friends of Philippine generation who might not have the right qualifications to teach, but these are native speakers who are willing to help out. Passing on the knowledge. We do need someone who can teach properly here in the UK. There are lots of teachers here that are Filipinos, but not Philippine national language teacher. So we do need someone in that who got that skill.
Now, since running, when did you first run your pilot program, and since that time, have your classes improved, or the enrollees increased? What has happened since then?
We ran it in March 2010, just this March past by. But since then, we have lots of queries. When are we going to do the next classes? So we raised a lot of awareness about it.
I see in one of the...
So we planned for the students, and...
Sorry? You were saying?
Oh, no, go ahead. You were breaking up.
Oh, okay. So we will open, in the next classes, we'll be opening it to younger students. Purely because the parents who attended wanted their children to learn it, purely because they don't speak it. They don't speak the language themselves. They want their children to learn it from a young age. So we will be opening the classes to younger students as well as adults.
Now, May and Adrian, before I congratulate you, do you see these classes grow, and maybe one of these days you can have a class that could actually spend the summer in the Philippines, so that they could actually, practice their Tagalog and see the culture with their own eyes?
Definitely. This is something that's part of our future generations with the Philippines. Part of that is massively bringing them back to the Philippines, because when our parents go back to the Philippines, we're left here. So for many of us, we feel like foreigners in this country, and then we're also foreign. There's a massive part of that, and eventually we want to bring we are registered as a supplementary education school. We have that status in this country. We to rest the classes more and enable us to have the funding to do that. So.
Okay, thank you very much, May and Adrian Williams of the Philippine Generations Group. Thank you very much. Keep up the good work and keep teaching the Tagalog for everyone over there. Now, before we go into your questions, I'd like to remind you that you can continue texting in your questions. You can also reach us on Gmail, Facebook, and Multiply. Our number and email and Multiply addresses are flashed on your screens right now. Dito pa rin. Now, here's a question. I'm a senior citizen with a multiple entry visa that will now expire in November 2010. I've been in and out of the country for business. Is it advisable for me to go to the US for a vacation from October to December and just renew my visa when I come home? Or should I renew it first? What happens if I'm in the US when the visa expires? Now, you will most probably be given a duration of stay of October to November only. If you plan on staying longer than that, then you should renew your visa prior to your departure for the US. When you're lawfully admitted to the US, it's not the validity of the visa that's looked at, but the duration of stay, or the D/S, given to you by the immigration officer at the port of entry. My mom petitioned me in August 2001 under the F2B category, single child of a green card holder. Now, how long before this becomes current? What else would I have to do to be granted a visa? Well, like everyone else, you'll just have to wait. I get a lot of questions when their petition's going to get, their priority date's going to be current. Now, you can regularly check that with the USCIS. It's a USCIS visa bulletin to see if your category or your priority date becomes current. You can check that out online. And for our final question this week, I applied for a Canadian immigrant visa and I'm already in the final stages of my application. I've learned that my visa comes the right to work and live in the US. How soon can I do this as a Canadian immigrant? Do I have to stay in Canada for a certain period of time? Well, this is a simple answer for you. You can go to the US without a visa when you are a Canadian immigrant, like right on the first day. All right. Now we're taking a short break. Stay tuned. This is Crossing Borders on ANC.